What's going on, everybody? Doc here, Gamer Guys. Back it again. Edge of Eternities quick draft this time around. They are finally up and ready to roar. So let's get into it. I always enjoy a good quick draft. We can try to have some fun, see what we can put together, and do some interesting things here. Okay, let's see. We have Infinite Guideline Station. We have a Power Depot here. A Steel Swarm Operator. Scrounge. Use Social Engineering. Beetle Crasher. Sammy's pretty cool. You know what? Let's do this. Let's do this. So the only problem with this ends up being is there's just not a ton of multicolored permanents. Is this a bad idea? Maybe it's a bad idea. It's probably a really bad idea. Gosh. That really, I mean, some of the best cards in the pack. Use Social Engineering is really, really good. I'm interested to try to maybe build something around Sammy, but let's just take the Use Social and let's rock and roll from here. There's another Infinite Guideline Station. Oh, that's so gross. Oh, that is gross. Okay, we're gonna take a Curiosity here. Let's fuel up our green. Ooh, I'm kind of tempted to take the breeding pool here. We could look at green, white, green, blue. I'm going to take the breeding pool because maybe green, blue would be an interesting one. There is a Fungal Colossus here. We have the Star Smith, Sunstar Lightsmith. I'm actually kind of interested. Maybe we go white. Like Crowd Relic would be really good here. Intimidator's pretty solid grab as well. You know what? Let's go into white. Let's do that. Let's see what else we can get to help us out here in white. We have the boosters, a pilot, a bloomin' stinger. I'm gonna take the stinger. Try to work our low end curve. Ooh. Green black could have been cool. All right, we have a Dawn Strike. Let's take the Dawn Strike, maybe. I don't know. Maybe is it better for Luminary? Yeah, we'll take the Dawn Strike. What the heck? All right, we have a Tenderfoot here. Scout for Survivors. I do like that that's a recursion element back to the battlefield. We have a Colossus, a Fungal Kill Ship. Fungal Kill Ship Colossus. Somehow I merged those two together. What I want here. I'm going to take the Bygone Colossus, actually. Nothing crazy here. I'll take a Zealous Display. We're not going to probably that. I'll take the Kill Ship now. Ultrader's Gear, probably not playing that. We'll take a Colossus. We have a Century. Okay. Memorial Vault. We have an Emergency Eject, which is pretty good. We have a Thawbringer. Depressurize. Intimidator. We'll take the Emergency. The Godless Shrine now. We have a Relations and a Gene Pollinator. See, this is tough. I'm really interested, probably one of these two. Probably taking the Pollinator. I'm getting the sense we may need to think about splashing. We'll look at potentially doing that. Now we have the Tapestry Warden. We have a Servandam, Tenderfoot, and a Colossus. Tapestry Warden, I actually really have come to enjoy this card a little bit more, so let's go there. If we're trying to do some of the 1/1 things, the Multistrator here is not too terrible. It's like Dual Sun versus Relations. I'll take the Dual Sun here. Creatures are doing pretty good. I think this is... Ooh, so Warping In versus the Thawbringer. I think the Thawbringer is just better. Oh, we have a lot of creatures here. Seam Rip. Probably not a bad grab here. I will take a Crasher. I probably don't play the Light Blade, but take it. The Breacher is totally fine. I don't think I'm playing another Colossus. Might play the Savior. Okay. We have Reclaimer, which I'm not the biggest fan of. We have a Glacial Godmaw, which is probably what we're going to take, because this is just the best card ever. We have a Loading Zone. We have a Greenhouse. Ooh, the Agrarian here is really good. There's a Banishing Light and a Wayfarer. This is a great pack. All right, Rayblade Trooper versus a Wayfarer. I don't have a ton of +1/+1 counter synergies. Let's take the Wayfarer. There's a Boosters. Boosters might not be too bad. But honestly, I need to probably be thinking about splashing here. I'm going to grab a Depressurize. This then lets me go in and grab this Grav Kill. We need some removal is what we need. We have another Seed Rip here, Seam Rip. Dockworker Drone. I could use some low mana plays, but maybe another Blooming Stinger is just a better idea. Rescue Skiff. Focus Fire is pretty good. We'll snag that. And I guess a Zealot. I really don't need the creatures. I don't know. We'll just take another one of those. Dark Endurance, I guess. Okay, that one pack fizzled out. Really, really hard. That one pack that had all of our good cards in it did not come back around. We did not see it again. All right, I'm not playing that. Where are we at? We got 4 cuts here. Let's take a quick look at our removal. Yeah, we're a little light on our drops. A little light on our 2 drops. Don't need this. This is essentially a removal spell. Where are we sitting? 17 and 9. I really don't need Savior. What is this bouncing that's gonna help me? Thawbringer, I guess. Yeah, I can do without the Savior, I think. Scout doesn't have a lot of great targets here either, so that could probably go. We're down to just a single cut. How much do I like Fungal Colossus with only the 3 lands? I think that can go too. Okay, you know what? Not the best deck we have ever created, but we got some removal. We have a really good top end. We definitely have some good power and toughness here, and some good, I would say, a couple of good little kind of synergies in the mid part here. We'll see. Let's see how we do. I think this is a pretty easy keep. Just need really I went down to 5. That's not great, my friends. That's a pretty good keep. Going to 5, that's a pretty good keep. I mean, we have a pretty good hand if we can find one more land. Oh, that stinks a little bit. Okay. I mean, that actually changes this pretty drastically for me, I'm not gonna lie. surprised they took that. There would be a swamp. Let's get Agrarian online here. I think I still want to make the lander, right? Do this instead. Yep. They're being quite aggressive here. We'll just find another white source here. The 6 mana lets us kind of craft this up pretty well. Sure. Okay. Seam Rip's a little dead. We could just use Social and then drop the Forest, or I could play Melt Strider and Thawbringer. I actually kind of like doing this and this. Gives me the Depressurize. Won't attack, will hold. We can always Thawbringer. Wow. Okay. Well, got a basket full of cards here. Let's see, are they just dead though? Yeah, because I depressurize and then attack. Okay, so I have to say this. Every single time I've had Weft Walking played against me, probably 5 times. 4 or 5. This might be the 5th. Every single time somebody plays Weft Walking against me, I kill them on the next turn. Every single time. The thing that sucks about this is the fact that essentially in almost every instance they have tapped out or nearly tapped out to play this, and then don't follow this up with something else. And then if you have like a good, like we had 5 cards there, right? If you have something decent in your hand that's expensive, like, and you don't have like solid board control, you put yourself in a relatively bad position. Now, granted, you get to draw 7 cards. This person was playing. They had 32 cards left. I don't know. Listen, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Taking the win. Not gonna. Sometimes you just gotta take the wins as they come. That's today. That is today. Okay. Fine. Good game. Good game, my friend. Good game. Hopefully they're having fun. Oh, okay, let's keep this. Oh, man. All right, Blooming Stinger into Zealot into something else. A little power toughness on the battlefield here, rocking and rolling. Boop. I go boop. The cool part here is we're going to be able to Warden and make our Bright Spear Zealot here a 4/4, essentially, which is pretty sick. Skidaball. All right, Tapestry. Hello. I have really enjoyed Tapestry Warden. I really have. I think in many, many instances, the card has been pretty good. Probably going to embrace Oblivion this, maybe. That's what I feel is coming. Yep. 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 Void up. Make it a 3/3. Sure. Okay. Sure. Yep. Like Dawn Strike into Pinnacle would be really good. About to lose half my life here. They didn't attack. That's interesting. Oh, I'm not attacking. What is this? Discard a card at random. Okay. All right, I need a black source or another land. Any land will do. Sentinel, sure. Swarm color, sure. Oh, man. The synergies. Ooh, delicacy, nice. Yep, that's good. Sure, you can kill that. Yep. Draw a card, nice. Nice, refill the hand. Good synergies, Mr. Snickers. Can appreciate it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I mean, Pinnacle kill ship. Breaching Whale. We need to kill the Swarm color, I think, here. A swamp would be fantastic to give us some options. There, unfortunately. I'm going to keep the planes because that gets the kill ship online. Okay. Do not want to attack. I guess Blooming Stinger could start punching in. And it makes sense to either grab your land or hit me for 3 or gain 3. Yeah. Because they really can't attack with Alpha Rail. Too many good blockers in the way for me. Circuit Feeder, sure. Okay, solid. This is where just not really, I mean, we added to the board, but not having the interaction here has been a little tough. And I feel like at this point now we're too incentivized to kill that. Thing does get a little bit bigger. It's good. Sure. All right. Now we can find a swamp. Swarm color here. Take that out. But I would have to imagine they're still in like pretty good shape here. They pitched the Cryo Shatter. Ah, okay. Well, that makes sense. Makes a lot of sense, actually. Am I dead? Attack with everything? And I can only block one. Sure. Yep. GG's. Okay. We're a little slow here. But we can Wayfarer into Breacher or into Warden into Breacher, which would be fine. Gonna get pollinated. Alright, I do have all 3 of my colors here, so that's nice. Owie. We got Stalanda. At this point, I'm going to do this. I'm going to try to get a few things on the battlefield here. Might be a little, auxiliary boosters. Sells a 3/4 here. That's 3 to equip. For sure. I don't mind this play here. Actually wondering if I should seam rip the token or the pollinator. This is artifacts and creatures I control. The good part here, we drop this additional land. Oh, I don't have double white. Let's say, because I could seam rip the token. We got potentially decent attack coming through. They play something big, we can just emergency eject it. Or not, or we can get board wiped. I guess I'm going to do this. And I'm going to find a plains. I'm going to be honest, I didn't see that coming. We did have a good board, so... This is 2 mana or less. Let's grab, kill this thing. And attack for 3. I have another one. Jeez. Sure. Okay, that's all we got. Sure. All right, I'm losing this game. I just can't deal with that. I don't think. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, put him to a decision. Best thing I could do there. Wilson ended up being a pretty good draw. This kills the 4/4. Yep. Obviously, they could just make this big. But they're spending basically all their mana to make it a 4/4. Wow. Man. Yeah, now you just pump it up or equip it, attack. I'm gonna have to find something. I'm gonna have to find something pretty good here. All we can do. We had a good rip. They had a good rip as well. Yeah, they just get the chance to do this twice. Glacier Godmaw wins the game for me here. Ice Cave Crasher is pretty good. But I think I'm dead. Okay. Okay. Ooh, Pollinator, Stinger, Engineering. This could be pretty decent. We'll need a few lands, but if we can find them. Would be pretty solid. It's a good way to start. Pop. Pop. Stinger. Warpin. Got our manas. See what you got over there, Thunderborn. Your mountains and islands. A whole lot of nothing. Okay. Just gonna attack here. Probably try to jam this, right? Counterspell. Okay. Sure. This gives Hexproof. +1/+2. Not something I've played with a whole lot, to be honest. Start by making a 2/2. I think we want to get the Agrarian online. Okay. Yep. I love this play here. Now we got a 5/5. Can I do both here? I can. Let's start by doing this. Let's get rid of this guy. What you got you're gonna put in here? Yeah. Yeah, we had the synergies there. That was pretty nice. Good little setup there. I really like the Gene Pollinator with the Agrarian, especially when we have the lands to be able to support tapping this, cracking it. Like, we just got so much value out of that. That little exchange there. And then obviously being able to ramp up lets us Lightsmith, which then lets us tap. And then, you know, we're not attacking for a ton here, but honestly, I probably would have sent everything. 5/5 and all these guys, right? If they want to just, you know, get a blocker in the way here, they're still taking 8 damage, which is probably pretty hard to overcome. Okay, all 3. Depressurize, Use Social, Wayfarer. It's a nice little curve. Slaggill Scrapper. Yep. That was coming. Keep Depressurize up here. Probably going to depressurize that. get any bigger. The best play here is this. Like a landa. Can always warp this in, land, and then crack for another land. It's pretty good. Uh-oh. Might be surveilling for a land here if they are. Decent shape. I do like the whale a whole lot. One of the better blue commons, I would say. Surveil and then good stats and a 3/5. Pretty solid. Pretty solid. Alright, so what we do is we warp this in, play a land, we crack this for another land, and we put 4 power on the battlefield. And then we attack. Now that's not a concede moment, but maybe they didn't find a land on top. That could be the case. I don't know. We'll take it though. But that is pretty hard. 3/3, 2/2, and a 2/2 to their 1/2 and 2 lands, and we have 5 mana. Kind of a tough position to be in, I suppose. Okay. Pollinator into Adepts, into Breacher. We can keep that. All of the lands we need. We're sweeping. We're surveilling. Okay. Deck, I like lots of lands, but I'm pretty good. Pretty good on these lands, not gonna lie. I said I'm good on lands. Might be one of those games where we just draw all the lands. Honestly, if their play here, though, is just like crew up the sweeper or crew up this, it's a 4/4 flyer for 8, which is pretty good. Scan ship I do like. Yeah, I mean, not like you're not going to attack with this. Problem I have here. Oh, geez. Okay, well, I'm in danger. Oh, man. I mean, that's a good attack, and then I'm gonna seam rip that. Just take some power off the battlefield. The hope here is obviously kind of a full swing for them. Thinking that maybe they can kill me, and then I can focus fire this. Ooh, okay. See what they got. I'm dead in the air, so I need something big here. They had another one. Goodness gracious. And I drew every land in my deck. Every land in the deck. Good game, friends. All right. Well, you can't draw. What did we draw? 2 spell. Wait, this was in our opener. That was in our opener. We drew Focus Fire and Seam Rip. And the rest was lands. What do we have? All 3 colors, I think. 2, 3, 4, like 5 lands in a row. Double Zur Von Dam, with them hitting their natural colors as well as, and double black. I mean, GG's. We put up a pretty decent fight there. We're not winning that game with that many lands. The unfortunate part. Okay, not the most successful of quick drafts. To be honest, I thought this deck would do maybe just a shade better. I thought 4 wins was pretty reasonable. With that being said, not a ton that we were doing in the first couple of turns. Obviously, we were lucky enough to see Gene Pollinator a few times. Blooming Stingers were fine. I definitely think we needed to do the splash for black. Maybe could have looked at earlier on, maybe another good splash, or getting into black a little sooner with 1 or 2 more good removal spells there. Pinnacle Kill Ship, I think, hampered us just a little bit. We ramped pretty well. Got to play Glacier Godmaw and kill somebody. We didn't see this card a single other time, unfortunately. But we had some good synergies. We put up a decent fight in most of the games. Just didn't quite curve out the way that we needed to, and sometimes you got to drop pretty good too. We'll wrap it up here. We're gonna jump into some more. I really do like quick drafts. I like to just kind of format the deck. I like to be able to also move through the drafts pretty quickly. So if you enjoy those, be sure to stick around. If you enjoy pack openings, we do a whole bunch of that. We got some more Edge of Eternities coming up this week for sure, and then maybe next week, and then we'll have a little hiatus from that before we get into Spider-Man, which, crazy enough, it's going to be here before we know it in just a handful of weeks as well, which is wild. And then we're right into Avatar after that. Crazy year. Feels like the sets just keep on rolling. But if you're enjoying, if you are, consider hitting that subscribe button. It really does help us out. We're on the road to 1,000 subs. Other than that, close it out here. Say thanks for watching. Catch you next one. Peace.